Simpson.
And this is the After Hours Gaming League final week of group play. If we go ahead and check out the standings right now, we are watching Facebook versus Google, and the series is currently up 1-0 in Google's favor. Can Google take down Facebook and end up in the #1 spot in Division 4? Let's find out literally immediately. Going into the game in the right position from Team Google is Jimbo the Terran.
And up here in the 12 o'clock, playing for Facebook, once again, Facebook Blue, we've got Bingo Bango, playing as the Blue Zerg.
Yeah, Bingo Bango, a really, really great song by Basement Jaxx. Looks like a lot of people are YouTubing that song as we speak.
Right now, as a matter of fact, Day9 sent them there.
I made them do it. Jimbo is going to be starting off just doing the usual wall off at his front. Also, this is a very common map to do the double Hellion opening, the reactored factory opening. In fact, that's just the most common opening for Terran in general, but especially on these big open spaces, It's very easy for the Hellions to poke and prod and find spots of vulnerability.
Right, anywhere where it's tricky for you to defend that, naturally you can bet that those Hellions are really going to get some bang for their buck. Now, interestingly enough, sending out there to check the watchtower in a little bit, and then, of course, headed straight to his opponent's base to get lots of free information.
Gonna waltz right up in there, and it looks like, oh, double drone, double drone. Can he get a block? No! It does look like, man, the Facebook folk are very good at all matters involving an early expand. We saw the block last game from Stark and the successful plant by Bingo Bango in game number 2.
Oh, yeah, they're really good at everything that has to do with expanding. Not only denying, but also placing them, as we can see.
That is true. Sometimes we create storylines while casting. We have to make them broad, vague, so that way we're always right.
That's the goal of anything, I think.
Uh-oh, look at this. Jimbo looks like he's going to begin with a little bit of aggression, but he should better pull that SCV fast. We saw the tragic death of an SCV by the expansion game number 1. Oh no, he's coming in from the other side.
Wow.
He just lets it die. He let it die, Rob!
That's an unfortunate casualty to have this early in the game. Also, he hasn't really gone for canceling that bunker quite yet. Oh no, and he's still sending Marines over there. This could be very unfortunate for Jimbo.
Well, what's nice with this bunker being out here in the front is that the Marine can pick off these drones that have already pulled themselves out, but it looks like Jimbo just going to briefly make sure there's no drone out and about going to build that factory. You can almost always do a little bit of bunker pressure, and it won't really affect your overall build timing too much.
Oh, man. And now we've got Jimbo sending a Marine out here. He's going to be able to get at least a little bit of free information before that other Zergling pops. Oh, man. Actually, will he have time to finish off that overload? No, of course. Man, very nice response from Bingo Bango. Knowing to pull his drones, he obviously doesn't want to lose an overlord to a lone Marine in the center of the map.
Yeah, Bingo Bango is definitely pulling those drones to try to defend, but he might be doing it a little bit too eagerly. I think that's already causing a little bit too much economic damage. I think Jimbo could label that early poke as a pretty nice success, having had the drones off for that long.
Yeah, absolutely. And now over here, oh, okay, adding a reactor, of course, no doubt, undoubtedly, to lift off the factory.
Without any doubt in the room. I would agree with you wholeheartedly. The factory now advancing forward, doing the swap starport incoming. Woo! Looks like we might be seeing the Hellion Banshee play.
And that could be pretty devastating, depending on if Bingo Bango has been studying when to create that evolution chamber.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for the Roach Warren, so already it looks like he's preparing for the Hellions, but the important thing about any sort of early Roach play, you can't just rely on defense. Every defensive play you make, you have to think of some way to turn that into an attack as well. Because otherwise, if you make a whole bunch of roaches to defend and that scary attack never comes swinging at you, you've wasted money on a defense for an attack that never happened.
Oh, man. Oh, and there we go. We actually see Jimbo now starting his Banshee and also moving out with his first 2 Hellions. Now, it seems like Bingo Bango is going to have just the response for this. His roaches will finish right about when those Hellions arrive at the base.
Great timing for Bingo Bango. Sorry, Bingo Dingo is
Bingo Dingo.
Bingo Dingo is one of my favorite celebratory phrases. For instance, if I'm in the grocery store looking for a bottle of toothpaste and I find the right one, Bingo Dingo, put it in the cart, spend $3 and have clean teeth. Right now, we don't have any Bingo Dingos in the game. We have Bingo Bango, and here's that attack that he is making out of the defensive roaches.
Oh, man, will Bingo Bango do the tango, moving the roaches across the center of the map. He's going to possibly be able to poke a little bit.
Oh no! Oh, Bingo Bango, under a lot of pressure, does have 2 roaches back there for the defense, but there comes the swing around from the back. The play is working perfectly for that. Google Terran, he is roasting a lot of drones. Oh no!
Whoa!
Rob, he lined them up! Oh!
Man. So Jimbo was able to get in there and do the drone BBQ limbo. The question is, will he be able to live through this? Now, he's sustained quite a bit of economic damage. It seems like those Hellions are continuing to get in. Oh man, finally the assault is stopped, but at what cost?
He has so much damage dealt. I mean, in the units lost tab, we already see that it's a 4-digit number to a 3-digit number. Do I need to say more? I will. He's continuing to kill off these roaches down on the south side. He's pulling them back, but the Banshee, with all its cloak, will not even really need to use it. As we do now see Jimbo's actually continuing to make Hellions. This could actually put Jimbo in a little bit of danger.
As long as his opponent keeps making roaches, Hellions are not the unit that he wants to have on the field quite yet, although it seems like perhaps Bingo Bango was put in a bit of a rough spot. We really haven't seen him being able to produce any additional units. His economy is really hurting, and as we can see, Jimbo has really taken the supply lead.
Now, where did that other Banshee run off to? It looks like he has a pair of Banshees. Looks like a Banshee duet going on. Or it looks like it's like when 2 dogs meet each other at the park and they just kind of start sniffing each other. This Banshee's following the other one quite closely. There he is. He just wants to find out what that scent's all about. Bingo Bango's continuing to make drones, queens. He's very well defended, but what I'm worried about is that Jimbo needs to start building a core army. He has a completely harassment-focused army, so it needs to do a lot of damage.
Oh man, and it's looking like the Evolution Chamber is just about in range, so as long as he pulls his units within range of that, those Banshees shouldn't be able to do too much damage.
Oh, it looks like he did manage to catch a queen briefly off creep, but can he pick off one of the Banshees? In the meantime, these Hellions are doing such terrible, terrible damage at this natural expansion. He does manage to defend it. Jojo. He does manage to defend it reasonably well, and it looks like Jimbo is actually going to go mech. Ooh, that could help the Zerg from Facebook quite a bit.
Especially if he keeps pumping all these. Now, Thors are going to be kind of a clunky, non-harassment based unit to have out on the field. And as long as he's got a lot of roaches, if he continues to just macro up, as we can see, Jimbo doesn't have his expansion just yet. So the longer that this game goes on, the more trouble that Bingo Bango is going to be in.
But I mean, Bingo Bango, who's largely roach focused at this point in time, is going to be pretty comfortable if any roaches start swinging in. The one thing that's going to deny any sort of roach pressure are this pair of Banshees. The only anti-air that we really see out of Bingo Bango are these 4 queens. So it's very difficult to get those cross-map because the game designers made certain that they were slow, didn't they?
Yeah. Could you imagine fast Thors?
I was talking about fast queens, Rob.
Also can't be fast either. You could do a push with queens.
What? That would be really, really cool. I would go 6.
We've actually seen that happen quite a bit, I think, right? You had a Funday Monday queen only?
Yeah, I think it would be really great to be able to 6 pool and just build a queen and go drone, and then you just push with the queen. I think that would definitely make for... if someone wants to make that mod, please do that. Does look like we see Jimbo now continuing to mass up a couple of Thors, and this is the problem with these early harassment armies. Now that Bingo Bango has deflected all the harass, there's no next threat coming from Jimbo. It is a long period of free riding droning from Bingo Bango.
Ooh, and there he goes, taking that third. Also going for a little bit of map control. Now, will he get this information? Uh-oh, those Banshees are going to get over there. They also have cloak, and we can see the Zerg player has no form of mobile detection. So even if Bingo Bango had a way to attack those off of creep, he still wouldn't be able to see him if they cloak, unfortunately.
Oh no, it looks like he will cancel it. The drone dies, and it looks like a large stereo system is actually on the ground right there. Look at those speakers.
Oh man, Bingo Bango's got those 14s popping out of his hatches.
What a straight thugging Blue Zerg. We do see Jimbo now moving into the natural expansion, 2-shotting all those drones. The queens repel it a little bit, but any free kill is good at this point in time. He wants to keep getting that little bit of an edge because right now he has nothing but those slow, clunky Thors. He can't really push, so he has many of them.
Jimbo's been doing a really good job staying active with his units, and oh no, now he has all 3 of his queens down at his natural. Oh, and the drone death count just continues to climb.
Now, Rob, I'm scared to open up this tab, but because I value the viewer experience, I'm gonna. 30! Oh, 30 workers killed.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's how many drones could not live through the Jimbo limbo.
That is true. Bingo Bango will singo sango a song at their funerals, and he's going to have to sing it 30 times at this point. Looks like Bingo Bango has not yet put those drones back into gas. One of the biggest dangers of harassment is losing track of which extractors are fully populated. We do see Bingo Bango just making certain that the Zerglings are covering the third base, but right now Jimbo... Oh, great play! Picking off all these overlords. He's seen what sort of tech Bingo Bango's using and knows how to deflect it.
Once again, we've seen Jimbo just stay active with those units. And that is really starting to pay off for him. Oh, man, even forcing his opponent, Bingo Bango, to move his queens off of... Although at 0 cost, I thought that he perhaps could have been missing an inject, but it didn't happen. He's been doing a great job staying up on those 2.
Has a ton of queens right now. 6 on the field right now. It does look like the Banshees are sneaking over to the left side. Oh no, another snipe on the 3rd.
Oh, and we still don't see any way for Bingo Bango to fight that off. We still don't see AHGL on the field, unfortunately for him. And once again, that Viking is staying active, possibly going to pick off an additional 2 overlords.
It looks like he gets 1, and it looks like the queens... Oh no, there's a cloak! Cloak, oh no, the cloak transfused. Oh, wait, this is a transfuse, Bingo Bango. Transfuse, double transfuse, needs to transfuse again, really needs to transfuse. Oh no, total collapse, harassment coming from all angles. The queen are going every which way except towards each other with transfuse. Looks like Jimbo is continuing to do these harassment. There's the Overseer finally popping down. In a moment of desperation, it looks like a Hydralisk den has been planted right there. We'll finally be able to repel, but does he have Blue Flame? He doesn't.
And unfortunately, so Bingo Bango did actually get supply cap there. That Viking has really been worth its weight in gold so far, and now he'll finally be able to get some Hydralisks out on the field. But at this point, Jimbo's just been massing up such a huge army. Will he be able to handle a head-on confrontation?
Look at these 2 Banshees, 14 kills, 10 kills. They have done such a great job. And there's another Viking just letting 1 Overlord live. Absolutely not. He's going to turn around, pull the trigger right in the Overlord's face. Multiple times with rockets. Yeah, take that. Cold-blooded killer.
Now, 4 kills on that Viking. 1 Viking has killed 4 Overlords.
Brutal.
Good to go.
It does look like Jimbo is going to be taking the expansion. The Zerglings show up there for a little while, but when all these Hellions are coming in, I think it's a very clear pullback. He does have the +2 upgrades for his... mech army, going for that level 3 weapons, but he still doesn't have Blue Flame, which means those Hydralisks could prove fairly effective against it. Oh, if Bingo Bango gets a decent angle, that might be able to give him somewhat of an edge, but he's only just now been able to get this expansion. Oh no, oh no.
Oh man, it's not looking...
Gets it with the Overseer.
A little bit of revenge, finally landing onto those Banshees. I'm sure that felt really good for Bingo Bango, although I doubt that he had time to select either of the Banshees and check their kill count, but man, when he looks at the replay, he's going to feel good.
He's definitely eliminated the danger killers of this game. We see a lot of turrets being planted, but there's still no Mutalisks. And I mean, I commend Jimbo for this safe play, but I mean, I really think he needs to give himself more credit for the amount of damage he's done to the opponent. Right now, Bingo Bango, the Facebook Zerg, is having a very big struggle up against the might of the Google Terran's harassment.
Oh, wow. So Bingo Bango is starting to mass all of his army. Will he be able to push through this? That's the question. He's got a lot of Thors out there. There are some tanks set up, and those Hellions are also going to be rushing in as well. He's going for the engagement. Can he do it?
Oh, tanks are so good at this game. Oh, no. Oh, poor Bingo Bango. He boxed his units, went for the kill out of a little bit of frustration.
Oh, and there's the
departs
GG
from the game.
Man, and so Jimbo gets in there. Bingo Bango ain't no thing, though, for the Google player.
That is true. And for the record, for any of you who did note that there was no GG, that's because I stripped all the possible chat from these games, because in this match, the observers pinged it nearly 100 times. So, I will now again show the results, the standings. For the AHGL, after 4 weeks of play, Facebook is 4-0, Google is 3-1. Whoever wins this best of 5 will be able to take this victory and be first in Division 4. But as we can see, we now see that the Google is at 2 0 thanks to Nimbo Jimbo with his very super stuntman-like Viking, Banshee, and Hellion composition. Let's go on to game number 3 to see if Google is going to try to close this series out with a 3-0.